Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to bring in just to check in with divine unions, twin flames, divine feminine, divine masculine to see where we're at. A lot's been happening in May. There's been a lot of healing going on for the divine feminines and the divine masculines. And I wanted to just tune into their energies right now. I'll talk a little bit about what was coming up in May for the two and for the twin flames. And also the message that I wanted to give when I was traveling was, choice. In this next chapter, we have choice. So, if you have been in a twin flame dynamic and it's been toxic, where there's been deception and, manipulation and control and no clarity or no communication, you have a choice. You have a choice because we are moving from like the narcissistic, imbalanced relationships now to 1,000 years of peace. We're moving into the next vibration of peace. And so at some point, you have to decide whether you're going to continue to play out that dynamic over and over again, or whether you're going to choose yourself and choose to love yourself and choose to love your inner child and, not accept situations where you feel that you're not safe, that you're not heard, that you're not enough, and choose yourself and step into the new vibrations within your peaceful center. Because as you do that, the universe then brings in another connection. So you don't on this journey of twin flames, and very often we hear, the twin flame dynamic is very toxic, and it is toxic because the essence and the journey with the twin flames is that it's about you. It's about your masculine, your feminine coming into union. So they trigger those parts of you that are wounded to help you reclaim parts of yourself and to come back into union within yourself. So most of the twin flame journeys are done separately. The healing is done separately, where you look at your dynamics, you look at yourself, you look at your trigger points, you look at your wounding, and then you focus on the inner healing journey within yourself. But we are at this point in May, we came to this point where we were being called that if we want to step into our next level, to release the old toxic dynamics, the narcissistic dynamics, the controlling dynamics, to release them and step into the new vibrations. And as we step into new vibrations, you have the opportunity to call in a soulmate, a soulmate that is going to be a lot more harmonious, where the communication is going to be open, loving, peaceful, supportive, where there's loyalty and there's love and there's connection and there's just this innocence and purity in the dynamic, and it's very, very harmonious. And that's what soul mates bring to us. It's that harmony, it's that deep, heart recognition, that soul recognition that, yeah, this is a loving connection, and we're not going to play those same dynamics again. So you have choice. You have choice coming in. And I feel that the message that I really want to give right now is that you have choice. And sometimes we can get caught up in dynamics where we don't want to let go because we think that, oh, we're going to be left alone, or we're not going to have that connection, or no one's going to love us, if we let go of something that's not really for us and it's not serving us and it's just triggering us and it's not making us feel safe, that we're not going to get a more aligned connection going forward. But every time you choose yourself, every time you choose to respect yourself, care for yourself, stop betraying yourself and love yourself enough to say, no, actually, I don't want to continue with this kind of toxic dynamic and relationship. I choose me, and I choose to move into vibrations that are more loving, supportive, kind, caring, connections that see me, love me for who I am, unconditionally accept me as I learn to unconditionally accept myself and love myself in my entirety. And I choose my inner child, and I choose to take care of my inner child and support my inner child, not put my inner child in environments that where I do not feel safe, loved, supported, cared for. As soon as you choose yourself and choose that, to close that door and close that chapter, you step into a new vibration. You've up leveled, and spirit can then bring you a more unified, more balanced, more harmonious connection because you are choosing something else. And the moment you choose something else, then that can start to come in. And we are manifesting at record speeds. As soon as you shut one door, another door opens and you have another choice. and you have another new experience to explore yourself and see if that is more aligned for you. And very often we want to go back to the toxic one, connection, or the one that was passionate, but where you were not treated as an equal, where you were not heard, where you were always second guessing and not knowing where you stood. But is that where you want to stay and be and continue to play out that cycle where, you're just always confused and not knowing where you stand in a connection? Or do you want to move into a more harmonious connection that is loving, supportive, and you know where you stand and the communication is clear and honest and authentic? That is what's calling us forward. So choices are here. So if you are in a divine, union, or if you're on the divine union path, really divine union path is about sacred union of your masculine and feminine, and divine union with source and your spirit. And that is our journey ultimately through any connection, and we can do this journey on our own, but when we are in a connection, or when we have a dynamic to reflect off and mirror us, we can see where we're at. We can see how far we've come with our healing journey, and we can see what we're attracting in now in this new space, in this new dynamic. Having done our inner work and our healing work, we can see what we are now attracting in. So it's always good to have that connection, to have a relationship come into your space, to allow yourself to have a relationship to come into your space, to see where you are at, how far you have healed your wounding, and just to see the vibration that now you are attracting in, and have you shifted into the next level by attracting something very different to what you've always gone for, the pattern that you've always repeated, the types of people that you've always called in. Have you changed the programming internally to attract something very different? And this is that time to explore and alchemize and tune in and see what you're calling in. So the divine feminines are moving into their power. They're reclaiming their power and their freedom, and they're not tolerating the toxic connections anymore. So, we are dissolving the narcissistic connections. We are dissolving that dynamic, because that was part of the old world. And now we're stepping into the new world, and we're attracting a very different dynamic and a very different connection, deeper connections, more loyal, more trustworthy, more faithful, more connected and committed to one another, harmonious, peaceful, where your body feels peace. When we are in an environment where we are in fight or flight, or we feel we're not safe, our body will tell us. So this is a time to listen to your body wisdom, see what your body is telling you about certain connections, and see whether you need to leave toxic environments and say no to them, energetically say no to them, and tell spirit that no, actually, this is not serving me. This is keeping me in a lower vibration, and I'm choosing myself, and I'm choosing to move into the higher vibrations. And so May was that time where we were being called to make these choices for ourselves and heal some very deep wounds. So divine feminines, and the divine feminine, I'm talking about the divine feminine energy, not just the female, male. The masculine can be the divine feminine in a connection, and the female can be the masculine. So just see what relates to you, what you connect with in this message. But the divine feminines are walking, reclaiming their sovereignty and reclaiming their independence. They're reclaiming their independence. Because as they reclaim their independence, and if you have been like an overgiver, always pleasing others and putting everyone before you, if you've been an overgiver, you are starting to pull back your energy. And what we've been doing this year is we've been pulling back our energy, and realizing the pattern that we've played out, and stopping the overgiving, just stopping it in its tracks and shutting doors that need to be shut, where we are leaking our energy, where we're giving it away just for free and just to everyone, who wants our energy. We've been giving it away. We've been calling our energy back, In April, I recommended calling all of your energy back, If you look back at my April video, it was like, call back your energy, because I felt that we needed to call everything back, because May was this new chapter, this new door, and you wanted to take all parts of you or fragments of you into the new world, into the new beginning, into the new vibrations. You didn't want to leave any part of you scattered and left in areas where it doesn't belong. So it was a gathering up, and I recommend you continue to do this to gather your energy, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back where you've overgiven, overstretched yourself, and start to close those doors so that you can regain equilibrium, neutrality, and then you start to give in balance in the new vibrations. You start to give in balance, and that's when you'll stop attracting the narcissistic connections. Because if you're a giver and if you're an overgiver, guess what you're going to attract? You're going to attract takers. You're going to attract takers because that's the dynamic. It's all about the yin yang balance. It's all about the masculine feminine balance. And we are constantly in this balance. If you're overgiving, you're going to receive a taker. If you don't give anything, then you're not going to, if you don't give anything, then there's no exchange of energy. So you have to keep checking in yourself. But if you give and then you pause and you stay in your power, then you receive. If you give, then you receive. But if you give, this person can't give back to you. They're just going to take it. And sometimes they can't receive it. They can't digest all that we're giving to them. And then we blame them, we get disappointed and we get frustrated. We get in these cycles of this toxicity. That's all coming to an end. It's all changing. The dynamics of the masculine and feminine are changing as we change and heal within ourselves. So we are doing some very, very deep work. The divine feminines are doing some very, very deep work. Their throat chakra is opening up. They're starting to express their needs. They're starting to express their vulnerability and their emotions, and say what they feel. Say what they feel to the divine masculines. And many have walked into this next chapter and they've let go of the twin flame connection. They've let it go. And as they've let it go, what it's actually doing is it's awakening the divine masculines. It's awakening the divine masculines to realize what they had. And sometimes you have to lose what you had to really miss it and understand what you had. Sometimes when a soul lets you go or lets the connection go, the other person realizes what they had. And it took you leaving and moving away from the connection and closing that door for them to realize and wake up to what they actually had. Otherwise, there's complacency and there's just like, oh yeah, it'll play out. And yeah, she's not going to go anywhere, or he's not going to go anywhere. And this dynamic is going to continue to play out because that's the toxic cycle that she's always played into, or he's always played into, and it's not going to change. Well, guess what? It's changing now. And it's like, woof, oh my goodness, this door is actually closing. And can I get my foot in that door before the door shuts? Because that's how the divine masculine is feeling now. Can I get the attention of the divine feminine before she shuts that door on me? Because actually, I love her deeply. I love her. I want her. I want her to be in my life. I want us to live together for the rest of our lives. I want this connection. My heart wants this connection. I didn't realize how much I loved her and how much she means to me. And I cannot even imagine my life without her. I cannot imagine even a day without her. I want her in my life. She soothes my spirit. She supports me. She loves me. She's the only one who sees me and connects with me so deeply and makes me feel such deep joy and harmony and peace within me. These are messages and words that are coming from the divine masculine as I channel them, that I cannot live my life without her. She has to be in my life. Otherwise, my life has no meaning. So that's the message coming from the divine masculine right now. Now I'm seeing this door closing and he's got his foot in the door and it's slightly ajar and he's just trying to push it open and trying to get her attention. Like, no, don't go. I actually do want this connection, and I want to speak up now and I want to be honest. I want to share my truth with you and I want to express how I feel about you. I will communicate. I will be open. I won't hold back my emotions. I won't hold back what I feel, and I'm going to make the effort for this connection. I'm going to show up for it. So now the divine feminine's sitting there and thinking, okay, what do I do? You know, I'd made this decision. I was going to move into a soulmate union and a soulmate connection that is so much more harmonious. And now this is pulling me back. This energy is pulling me back. What am I going to do? So this is where she sits right now. The Divine Feminine has a choice to make. And she doesn't have to rush that decision. She's just sitting in her power, sitting in her freedom, in her independence, just observing what she is manifesting and attracting to her, because now she's not chasing. She's sitting in her queen energy, and she's just being the observer. She knows there's no rush. There's no need for her to take action right now, but just to observe. And she will not give out of balance. She will not overgive anymore. She's learned that lesson. That chapter is closed for her. And really, it is in his actions that she will decide whether he is committed to this change or whether he's just saying it again, and then he'll drop into his old ways and old habits and start to play that toxic dynamic again, in which case she will be aware because she's not fully in it. She's observing it from the outside. And she's able to create that gap to see the dynamic. And the moment that dynamic plays out, she's out of here. She's moving on. So she will not tolerate that anymore. And she's able to see it and not get caught in it. Okay, so the Divine Masculine has to speak his truth, and he has to mean it for her to accept him back into her life. So Divine Feminines, you have a choice right now. Between soulmate connection that may be coming into your life right now or in the next 6 months, as you stand in and sit in your queen energy and, you know, honor yourself, respect yourself, and see your worth and see how far you've come and how much you've grown. As you step into that energy, your soulmate can then come and meet you. You know, a divine match can come in, and that is going to be harmonious, loving, supportive, innocent, playful, joyful, all of that. Or you have this choice, and if the Divine Masculine really is waking up, and many will be, then is he going to change? Is he going to change his ways? Is he willing to do the work that is required of him to meet the Divine Feminine in this new energy? Because she's not coming back into that old dynamic of chaos and conflict and confusion. She's not coming back to that vibration. Meet her here. Is he going to do the work to meet her at this new vibration? So that is the question right now, and the question that is coming in at this time. My nose is going again, so I feel the guides around. I'm feeling guided to bring a channeling in. Let's bring a quick channeling in from the Divine Feminine. And also Isis and Hathor are here, and so is Aphrodite. So is Mary Magdalene. We're starting a journey with Mary Magdalene next week. And it's all about opening your heart to love, opening your heart to the new vibrations, opening your heart to love, because really the journey for us is about opening our heart to love, and not opening our heart and getting wounded and getting hurt and overgiving and overpleasing and, you know, not loving ourselves, but opening our heart to love, to know that we deserve that unconditional love back. We deserve unconditional love going forward. So let's connect with the Divine Feminines. Just very quickly, the cards that came up. Freedom is yours. Freedom is yours. This is a message for the Divine Feminine, number 33. Freedom is yours. You know, walk towards your independence, walk towards your freedom, because freedom is yours. In this next chapter, you are free. And as you step into the new earth vibrations, and we are stepping into the new earth vibrations, new earth timelines are here. You have to be free, free of codependency, free of imbalance, free of those toxic connections, free of narcissistic connections, free of where you don't feel you're worthy or deserving, free of fear. You step into your freedom, and this is where your power is. This is where you are sovereign. This is where you are aligning with source energy and that source vibration. When you are in your sovereignty, you're in alignment with source. So this is, you know, a message for the Divine Feminines. Freedom is yours. Bring a gentle touch. The Divine Feminine is being asked to step into her femininity of receptivity And right now she's being called to nurture herself, nourish herself, care for herself, rest as well, because there are new seeds of creation coming in, and she is here to birth them. So she's being called to now take care of herself, not to overgive and but to look after her energy, because she's got a lot to create in this next vibration, in the new energies and in the new energetics. So she's here to bring a gentle touch. So as she sits in her divine feminine essence, she can then attract a divine masculine who can support her on her journey, on her mission, and stand by her side as a pillar of strength, but also help her, support her in her vision and also her mission here on earth. So as she steps in and rebalances the energetics of the divine feminine energy, it changes the dynamics on the planet, but also it changes the dynamics for the divine masculine, because he can also start to step into his power. Clear out the clutter was another one that came out. Clear out the clutter, clear out the old energies, clear out the old dynamics, clear out the old toxic connections, clear out the old pain, the heart pain and the heartbreak and the stories that we're still holding on to. And the message I was going to deliver on Instagram the other day was that if you are not able to forgive someone, if you're still holding unforgiving thoughts, then you're holding on to anger. And when you're holding on to anger and unforgiving thoughts, you're still in your story, you're still in the hurt, which means if you're still in the hurt, you cannot move into the new earth vibrations, because you have to be in the vibration of love. And if you're still in the story, and if you're still in the hurt and you're still in the anger, who's carrying the anger? You are carrying the anger. You are carrying the wounding and you're carrying the anger, and you cannot take that into the new world. So this is a time where you have to step back and see, okay, where have I not forgiven someone for the experience and the actions they took? If I can't control another person's actions, but I can control how I feel about it. Now, I may not have closure in a situation, but am I going to live the rest of my life wondering, blaming, feeling the hurt, feeling the pain? Or am I going to close this chapter and just go find my own peace, come to peace with it in my own being, and accept the situation for what it was, but learn from it. What did I learn from it? How did I grow from it? And can I, no matter how anyone else behaves outside of me, can I reclaim my peace and come back to my peace and harmony within me, no matter what? So this is something that we are being called to do right now, to reclaim our peace, to come into our own harmony and our own balance, no matter how anyone else is behaving on the outside. So if you need to forgive someone, this is really important for you to step into the new earth vibrations. You must let go of the anger, the resentment, the rage, the blame that you have harboring, the hurt that you're holding in your heart. The heart wounds have to now thaw and heal, because the heart wants to expand and open. So we've got to drop the armor. We've got to drop the armor so that we can truly start to attract those beautiful, loyal, loving, connections of unconditional love, true love, pure love, innocent love, childlike love, joy, happiness into our field, because that's what the new energies are carrying. And if we're not in alignment with those energies, then we're not going to attract that in. We're going to be closed off to that frequency. So the frequencies are coming in, they're all around us. But if we're not in alignment and a match, they can't come in and meet us. So look at that at this time. That goes for everyone. Look at that where you have not let go and forgiven. It's absolutely key at this time as we step into the new vibrations. So time to heal. Another one, snake spirit came up. Time to heal. This is a very powerful year of healing and stepping into our power and our sovereignty and reclaiming our freedoms, reclaiming our liberation and reclaiming the balance, coming back to neutrality so that we can rise higher through this time. Time for a beginner's mind. I talk about this a lot, but really, we cannot use the old software system in this new vibration. We cannot use the old software system in this new vibration. We have to use a new model. And and new tools and new technologies and new ways of looking, new perspectives, more expanded, open perspective, and seeing both sides of the story, but finding the neutral ground. And neutrality is going to lead you to the higher vibration source, coming back into union, masculine and feminine, coming back into union within yourself. And as you do that, you bring new ideas to earth. You bring new ideas to earth, and you bring your ideas to life. Eel spirit, electric eel spirit. As our masculine and feminine comes into union, and we're not overgiving, and we're not depleted, and we're not burnt out, and we're not tired, but we have energy to create, we have energy to restore ourselves, we regenerate our energy field. We can keep tapping into the new frequencies, and we can continue to create in this new energy. And bring in the loving vibrations and the new creations and the new ideas and the innovations that are now being called to build this new earth. And your identities are changing in this new world. Your identities are going to be very different. And there are new soul connections and new soul contracts that are coming in the new earth vibrations, and you taking on a very different form. So we are shedding our skins like the snake and stepping into this new model of ourselves. And so that process can be a little bit confusing, and as you go through your tower moments and your death and rebirth, to shed the old skin, the identity, the old lifestyle, the old connections, the old world that you belong to. Now you're in this void and moving into this new space. So to be gentle with yourselves as you are coming into this new world as a baby. So you're learning to walk again, learning to think very differently in this new vibration. So those were some of the cards that came up, which were, perfect, and always to remember that there is always enough. Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. In the new earth vibration, there is no lack. We don't come from a space of lack, scarcity, but we know that we are connected to the Creator and to Mother Earth. And from that space, we will always, sorry, my daughter's waving at me. We will always create. We will always be in alignment, and we'll always receive the love of Great Spirit, and we'll always have enough. We will always have enough. So it's to come from that space. And when you come from that space and you really know that in the depth of your being, you will never go back to lack and scarcity. And in New Earth, there is no lack, there is no scarcity, there's just an abundance mindset and oneness and unity consciousness, and knowing that you are part of the whole and you are in that cycle, and you receive as you work with Great Spirit and the energies of unity consciousness. You are part of that cycle, and you receive and you give, you receive and you give, and you are in that flow of magic, miracles, and abundance. So that is beautiful. And when you know that there is always enough, you don't fear anything. You just live in peace and harmony, knowing that your needs will always be met and provided for. So I'm going to do a quick channeling from the Divine Feminines and Isis and Hathor and Mary Magdalene, and anything that they want to say to us at this time. Let's just connect and tune in. Divine Feminines, it is time to rise in your power. Rise, 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 rise. It is time to set yourselves free, and to create a new story for yourselves, a new story, a new chapter for the feminine, a new chapter for the feminine, a new chapter, a liberating story, new experiences to be had, standing in your power, and attracting beautiful connections, co-creations, loving vibrations, and peace into your field. You deserve peace, dear ones. You deserve peace. No more suffering, no more abuse, no more disharmony, no more toxicity, no more stepping into your masculine to protect yourself, and your feminine has no voice. No, stand in your feminine. Stand in your feminine, dear one. Stand in your feminine power. Feminine power is not weak, it's very strong, resilient, courageous, bold. And this is the energy that's going to build the new world. This is the energy that you need now to build this new earth. If you know yourself deeply and you are confident in your power and who you are as a person, and you feel worthy and you respect yourself deeply and you understand who you are and what you bring to this world, imagine what that power can do. Imagine that power. It is a force to be reckoned with, turning your pain into power, turning your pain into power. How resilient you are. And this is how you create now when you stand in your queen energy, your empress energy, in your power, not chasing, but commanding, manifesting from a high vibration. And this is where you can attract new creations, new connections of a higher grade and a higher level that are more fulfilling and joyous and safe and harmonious, and where you all thrive together because you build new worlds together for the greater good of all. This is a beautiful place to be, and this is what is coming in for you now. Yes, you have choices. You have choices. You can choose. You can choose dynamics. You can choose connections. You can choose to let go of things that no longer serve your highest path, your highest joy, your highest expression in this world. You can choose a more aligned connection, more aligned connections that serve your heart and soul, where your heart does not have to close up, but it can continue to thrive, and you can be fully you in all of your glory and in all of your power. You can be fully you. This is your time, divine feminines. This is your time to rise and stand in your sovereignty as a divine being here on earth, to stand in your sovereignty and be all that you came here to be. We are here walking beside you, walking with you in solidarity. For this is a time of great new beginnings and a rebalancing of the earth, returning back to the natural order of the earth and the cosmos and the quantum field. This is the time to reclaim your freedom and fly. And everything you need will be provided for you, dear ones. You are protected. You are guided, you are supported. Listen to your intuition at this time. Listen to your heart. Follow the steps, follow the path of your heart and soul. Listen deeply, intuitively, multidimensionally to the next steps and the creations that you're being called to birth here on earth. Listen deeply from your entire being, and you will know what steps to take. We love you, dear ones, and we are here. We are the Divine Feminine Collective of the New Earth. Isis, Hathor, Magdalene, Mother Mary, Aphrodite, Kuan Yin, Freya, Bridget, Ma Kali, Goddess Lakshmi. We are the collective of the New Earth. And just let those energies integrate and settle in your being. And just feel the power and the strength that is behind you as you move through this time. And let's bring a message in for the divine masculines, just to keep the balance. and I gave the message at the beginning, but I'm going to bring in messages from the guides for the divine masculines. And the guides coming forward: Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Christ, Melchizedek, Merlin as well. Saint Francis is here, Krishna. Okay, Buddha is here as well. Divine masculines, you are being called to drop the ego now and surrender into your heart, to have more faith, to have more faith in your heart, to have more love in your being, to surrender your ego, to surrender your old ways, and meet the feminine in this new vibration. Twin flames, you have missions that you have to anchor here on the earth. Meet your feminine in the new vibrations. Do the healing that you need to do. Let go of the old. Listen to your heart and soul and where it's guiding you at this time and where your heart wants to take you. Listen deeply. This is the time. You have things, work to do together in this new world. You have empires to build together, legacies to leave together. Listen, the Divine Feminine is ready to receive you and create. Listen and meet her in the new vibrations. It is time. There is much to create and so much coming in that the energies are huge and we need both of you to hold them and anchor them together in union, in unification, in harmony, in balance. This is the divine union templates that are coming in that will serve the world. Divine masculines, if you're choosing to be a soulmate for the divine feminine, you are being asked to love her, support her, care for her, be tender to her needs, listen to her because she carries the divine feminine liberation codes for humanity. Support her, nourish her, be there for her, love her, be that container where she feels safe to be herself and where she doesn't have to step into her divine masculine and reject her divine feminine, but she can fully embody her divine feminine energy and stand in her sovereignty, and you be the divine masculine and hold her in your love, in your arms, and see her, fully see her in her light and her beauty and her tenderness and her softness. See her innocence. Peel away the layers and see the beauty of her heart. Because as you do this and as you stand by her side as an equal, she will continue to open her heart to you, continue to open her heart. And as she opens her heart, it will nourish your heart and soul. It will nourish you to every cell in your being will be nourished and nurtured by her love. And that is the beauty of the divine feminine's love. It pours into your heart and fills you with so much more than words can say. But she will only open her heart when she feels safe to do so, where she feels seen and loved and held and protected by her masculine. Then her heart opens and oozes that unconditional love. And it will fill you and it will fill the world. There is enough of her love to go around to touch many, many souls. So be that masculine for her so that she can open her heart fully and express her love and anchor her love here on the earth. We are here supporting you at this time, helping you to drop deeper into your heart and to allow the heart healing now to take place, to remove the armors from the battles of the past and to allow yourselves to be tender and soft and vulnerable and authentic and humble and open in this next phase. Sending you love, healing, blessings, and deep connection. Thank you to all the beings who are present here. And I'm just seeing a cow in my visions, a cow bringing just miracles of abundance and blessings. I'm also seeing a bee as well and a ladybird. So these are all energies of blessings, miracles, abundance coming in the new vibrations. Blessings, abundance, miracles coming in the new vibrations. So there's a lot of magic coming in, a lot of magic. And we have stepped into a new vibration. And many of you will be feeling it, and many are making their way to it. But just to know the dynamics change in this new energy. And so this is where we're at right now, this week, just before the new moon. Connecting, it may not resonate with everyone, but those it's resonating with, this is your message. And this is what I was guided to deliver today. We will do a check-in gradually as time goes on to see where the dynamics are. But really, this was the message that I was being guided to deliver today. So wishing everyone a beautiful new moon. Have a new moon on 6/6, which is really incredible. Can you see the alignments this year? They're absolutely incredible. We are doing a journey with Horus, seen through the third eye, the eye of Horus on 6/6 on the new moon. Join us if you feel guided. It's going to be very, very powerful. And if you want to work on your heart and opening your heart and healing your heart, we start the journey with Mary Magdalene and her Sacred Rose technology, where she says, open your heart to love. We start on the Divine Feminine Day, the 13th of June, for 4 weeks, every Thursday for 4 weeks. So I know that's going to be absolutely deeply nourishing, healing, and heart opening, because we need to open our hearts to move into these new vibrations. So if you feel guided, the links are below. If you have any questions or if you want to share anything, let me know. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, and also you can join the channel if you feel guided so I can tune into your energy. Okay, everyone, take care, and we will see you soon.